Shiva is nothingness. Today, modern science is proving to us that everything comes from nothing and goes back to nothing. The basis of existence and the fundamental quality of the cosmos is vast nothingness. The galaxies are just a small happening, a sprinkling. The rest is all vast empty space, which is referred to as Shiva. That is the womb from which everything is born, and that is the oblivion into which everything is sucked back. Everything comes from Shiva and goes back to Shiva.
Shiva expounded various types of yogas, every kind. The most gentle and compassionate yoga, the most ruthless forms of yoga, both were expounded. Because with him, he has no qualms about anything. He has no morality, he has no right and wrong. For him, his body is just an instrument. Everything in the existence is just an instrument to ultimate realization. So depending upon the level of preparedness of the person who is sitting in front of him, accordingly he went. Shiva, the Adi Yogi, came to an inner state of stillness, where if he closes his eyes, he can sit like this till the end of the world. Simply he sat. Himalaya, many of you just went there and came. The mountain is personified. The king of Himalayas had a daughter whose name was Parvati. So Himalaya and Parvati came and started serving Shiva where he was sitting and meditating. After many millennia, he opened his eyes and blessed Himalaya, and then he saw Parvati. Then he told Himalaya, it is improper for you to bring a woman where there is an ascetic, you take her away. Immediately, Parvati said, why are you rejecting me? And who are you to reject me? You are the basic principle of the existence. These two are known as Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha is the masculine, Prakriti is the feminine. Prakriti also means nature. Purusha is the fundamental principle, Prakriti is creation. You are Purusha, but without Prakriti, there is no action in you. You are just inert. You cannot do anything by yourself unless there is Prakriti. Shiva said, I can dismiss and dissolve Prakriti right now. I created it, if I want, I will dissolve it this moment. Don't talk to me all this nonsense, you go. Then Parvati said, if you have so much power that you can dissolve Prakriti, why are you doing this asceticism? And why are you sitting in these mountains? These mountains are Prakriti, the air that you breathe is Prakriti, the sky is Prakriti, everything is Prakriti. And if you dissolve this, you will have no role to play, you will just become inert, absolute emptiness which you are. He liked the argument and the spunk in her, but he still pretended to be very angry and asked her to leave. She refused to leave. She has been performing immense austerities to become the wife of Shiva. She was completely determined and focused, her only focus was this single point agenda she was going on. Then people interfered and Shiva decided to marry her. He married, but there was no involvement. He still lived as an ascetic. She was beside him, he accepted her, but he still continued as an ascetic. How will she find fulfillment as a woman? So she was desperate to have a child. So when Shiva was not there, when she was having bath on the banks of Kanti Sarovar, where some of you happen to go this time, she took out the sandal paste that she had smeared on her body, plus a little earth, and formed a little boy out of it and infused life, because she wanted to enjoy the child, because she's been cursed to be barren. And Ganapati was born. Shiva was in the mountains meditating. After about 12 years' time, he came back. By then, Ganapati has grown into a 12-year-old boy. Parvati was having bath, so she had asked Ganapati to watch out so that nobody comes this way. He was standing guard for his mother. Shiva came. He was in a certain mood, he was just walking in. After 12 years, he's walking into the house. Ganapati stopped him, said, "You cannot enter." He asked, "Who are you?" He said, "It doesn't matter who I am, you cannot enter." Shiva just took his axe out and chopped his head off. So the boy fell dead. And Parvati came from above and saw her son dismembered. She just went into such sorrow and angry with Shiva, she said, "You have to do something." Then he just came home and he killed his own son, and now his wife is angry, you know. Lot of trouble. Then he sent out his ganas, "Go out into the mountains. The first animal that you see, behead the animal, bring the head. I will resurrect this boy once again." So the first animal they saw was a baby elephant. So they chopped the head of the elephant, brought it. Shiva brought him back to life with an elephant head. So you see Ganapati with an elephant head.
गणपतिं त्वा गणाना त्वा गणपतिं.
And when he saw Parvati's plight, desperately trying to fulfill herself through normal processes of life, Shiva, out of his compassion, said, "This is not the way for fulfillment." And then the yoga started. He started teaching the methods of self-realization to Parvati, saying that having children, bearing children is not going to really lead you to fulfillment. Here is the way, and he opened up the possibility of yoga. When we say ways of yoga, we are looking at getting mastery over the fundamental processes of life, the very process of creation and dissolution. In great detail and in such gentle ways, Shiva went about expounding the ways of yoga to Devi. The sutras, the yoga sutras of Shiva are such that almost in every sutra, he refers to her as the resplendent one, the gracious one, the beautiful one. So you need to understand that this teaching transpired between two people with utmost intimacy. Intimacy should not be understood as sexuality. Intimacy means there is no resistance. There is no need to fight through this person. This person is absolutely open to whatever is being offered. So it in such a state that these sutras were offered. So the sutras will be so subtle, so gentle. A thinking mind, an arguing mind will wonder, will such a thing work? But it worked miraculously for her, and she became fully realized. Here, if we have to expound yoga in Shiva's ways, you have to really sit in my lap, absolutely no resistance. Either you have to sit here like a Devi, or you have to sit here as a child. If you can't do this too, you just have to enjoy the party. We'll make sure the party is good. Shiva repeatedly referred to Devi as the resplendent one. So, you must be that way. You must dress that way, you must be that way so that I can refer to you that way, okay?